The 2005 Paramount Pictures movie Four Brothers has been aching for a sequel for 17 years now. The perfect story about four adopted brothers who were trying to avenge the murder of their adopted mother has never seen its second part, even though something like this was hinted at in the past years. But could it happen anytime soon? Stay with us and find out. Let's start with a quick recap of the remarkable story written by David Elliott and Paul Lovett, and directed by John Singleton. The movie was shot in Detroit and the Greater Toronto area, and it was released on August 12, 2005, receiving mixed reviews from critics. Even though it wasn't some masterpiece, it had a great story and grossed over $92.5 million against a budget of $30 million. We can compare the movie and say it is an urban western, or maybe an urban movie inspired by a western. The story starts with an older woman who enters a store in Detroit late at night. The sweet grandmother has a reason to be there because a frightened young boy has been caught shoplifting some candy, and she settles things with the owner of the store. But a moment later, she will find out that she's in the wrong store and the wrong neighborhood, as two thugs enter the store and the old lady is shot dead. At the funeral, we find out that the woman has four adopted sons. Those four boys were the only ones she didn't find a home for during her life. Bobby, Angel, Jeremiah, and Jack are the four boys raised in the foster family where Evelyn Mercer was their mother. Bobby is the oldest, and he is a true leader and one with a temper. The one who already chose the right path in life is Jeremiah, who is successful and married. Angel is a real player, and Jack is a rock and roller. They all loved Evelyn, but living and growing up on mean streets doesn't leave them any space to feel sentimental about being brothers. But this all changes at Evelyn's funeral, where, without saying a word, they agree that the death of their beloved mother asks for action. The people who did this are from the same streets we're from. Mom would have been the first to forgive them, Jeremiah will say. At first, the murder looks like an open and shut case. But after the brothers will watch the tape from the security cameras, they will be shocked at how ruthlessly murdered their mother was. They will find evidence that suggests that maybe there is something more in this murder. I won't describe the whole plot, which later unfolds like a police procedural. I'll only mention the key supporting characters, and that you should hit that like button below the video right now. Oh goodness. Well, no, the key supporting characters, the policeman who will work on the case, Lieutenant Green and Detective Fowler, and Victor Sweet, played by maybe the sweetest guy in the world, Chiwetel Ejiofor, who plays the role of the meanest man in Detroit, a true crime boss. The story in the movie is inspired by Henry Hathaway's movie from 1965 called The Sons of Katie Elder, starring John Wayne and Dean Martin. In 2007, there was another, let's say, unofficial remake of The Four Brothers in the Malayalam language, and it was called Big B. The audience liked the movie and awarded it with a solid 6.8 rating on IMDb, and an okay 80% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. All in all, it's a good movie that deserves to be watched if you haven't seen it by now. And for those who have already seen it, well, you better recall the story, because maybe a sequel is on its way.
What's the plan, Bobby?
We're winging it, Jerry.
You always wing it.
We're gonna get killed.
Back in 2010, there was an article that suggested that Paramount Pictures is developing a sequel for the film. According to the information back then, Mark Wahlberg, who liked the script for the first film so much and signed on before a director was hired, was supposed to return and reprise his role. The script for the sequel apparently should have been written by the same writers, but there was nothing until April 18th, 2020, when Tyrese wrote on Instagram that the Four Brothers sequel is in the works. Quote, "5 brothers coming soon. Our beloved mother, Evelyn Mercer, took in a lot of at-risk youth over the 40 years of her running a foster home. The script is in the oven right now. Good vibes," wrote Tyrese on his Instagram account. Now, it's been 2 years since Tyrese hinted at a Four Brothers sequel, and when the actor alluded to the new project, fans got excited, but nobody was sure if it really will happen. I'll let you know what Tyrese and Wahlberg said about the possibility of releasing a sequel to the original movie later in the video. For now, I can tell you that nobody knows how long we will wait for it to happen. Mark is currently working on 2 other projects where he is also a producer. Arthur the King, and Our Man from Jersey. The Academy Award two-time nominee has worked on many projects at the same time in the past, so we hope that he will put Four Brothers 2 somewhere in his schedule. Besides Wahlberg and Tyrese as Bobby and Angel Mercer, the two other brothers were portrayed by Andre 3000 as Jeremiah and Garrett Hedlund as Jack. The policemen who were working on the murder of Evelyn, Fionnuala Flanagan, were Terrence Howard and Josh Charles, and the cast in the film also included the beautiful Sofia Vergara, who played Angel's girlfriend. I can't say who's coming back or who will be the new faces in the potential sequel, as there's no information at this point about that. It's safe to say that we won't see Jack anymore, who was shot during the attack and subsequent gunfight and died shortly after. Also, we won't see Victor Sweet anymore. And it's time for you to smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell below the video. Now, in reality, we really probably won't see Victor anymore, as he was thrown into a freezing ice hole at the end of the movie. As the sequel is supposed to be titled Five Brothers, then we need two new names. The first one to replace Jack, and the second one to complete this new fraternal group. Now, let's see if there's any information about the plot for the sequel.
I can't help you.
All I wanted was a name. Gonna make me turn you into the gingerbread man now.
At the Naturi Naughton wedding ceremony on April 2nd, Wahlberg and Tyrese talked about the Four Brothers sequel. Wahlberg discussed his new movie Morbius and also spoke about the chance for working again with Tyrese. Quote, "We still gotta try to figure out Four Brothers 2. I mean, what is the holdup?" said Wahlberg. Wahlberg shared that when he is out and about, he is still greeted as his character in the movie, Bobby Mercer. It seems that Mark is latched on to the idea of making a sequel to his movie from 2005. However, it is not yet confirmed for sure, but the idea seems never to have been closer. Wahlberg also shared a picture of the duo by saying in a comment, quote, "Angel and Bobby back together again." Four Brothers was in second place worldwide on Hulu on July 23rd last year, which was a real surprise for a movie that premiered in 2005. With Five Brothers, it's good to see Wahlberg taking the lead in a film after his success as an executive producing many great movies. We can't talk about any details about how the story could go in the potential sequel. As you can see, the actors only spoke about their desire to continue with the story and nothing about what we can expect from the plot. As I said before, there were some speculations that the script for Five Brothers has been done, but nothing of this has been confirmed yet. It seems that things may be going on the right track, but we are far, far away from an official announcement and official start of shooting. Of course, there will be another video when any new information is released. It's up to Wahlberg, and if we wait for him to finish some of the projects he's working on at this point, maybe we'll find out more during 2023. Until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.